Oopsie. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hello, everybody. Is it muted or just me? I have audio should be going through, I think. Hopefully. Microphone is right here. It should be. Okay. Ah, there you go. Good deal, good deal. How do I sound? How do I look? What's up, Hate? How you doing, brother? Thanks for bearing with me there for a second, guys. I appreciate it. I think we are rocking and rolling now. Oh yeah. Yeah, the artisan collection, it has begun. Can you see the little addition here? Tonight we are working with Taro. Yes, yes, yes. So this evening we're going to be building a Alice. We got the new red pandas here, and yeah, the clacks are soon to follow. Who knows? Maybe tonight I'll get lucky. I'm gonna take a break from stream here at 11 o'clock. Hey Sam, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, we got some Taro tonight. I think this will look really good. Yeah, here we go. Here's a little teaser for you guys. Oh, that tray shine. Yeah, the light is a little aggressive on there. Sorry about that. But this set, I was nervous about this set. I'll take it out of the box. Because of the purple on darker for the mods. But man, oh man, they are clear as can be. It's a good looking. Here, I'll try and get a little bit of the glare off of it for you guys. Yeah, it looks good though. I know that's awful. It looks awful through the plastic here. Here's the little modifiers. These babies look pretty good. And then there's one more little set here. Oh yeah, some more space bars. And a little enter and function key. This set has got, I don't know if this is just like every part of the key set, or if this is like, this looks like the extra spacebar kit for it. So it's definitely got like the crazy split spacebar layout options. There's all sorts of funkiness that you're able to do with this, which right here makes it the perfect setup for Alice. So the Alice, Callus CSGO, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. So the Alice that I'm building tonight is actually a client's, and so it does not belong to me. I do believe this Alice was purchased from the group buy though. I'm gonna unbox it here off camera, guys, just because I didn't strip any of the address information off of this, so I don't want to be, especially since it's not my address, I don't want to be giving somebody else's address away. All right, so we'll see more of Taro here in a little bit tonight. But let's go ahead and take a look here at what we'll be working with this evening. And there we are. Alrighty. Fundle Lol, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Enjoy your stay. Yeah, fresh Alice. And indeed it is fresh. This thing is looking good. What's going on, Zachary? How we doing, brother? There we go. Let me see if I can get a close-up here for you guys. The lighting is harsh. It's good for seeing when I'm building, but it's rough for getting close-ups here on it. I've got the spotlight that's like right on top of me. There we go. Yeah, that thing is pretty. Very, very pretty. Oh, sounds like you have a fun project going on right now, Seb. I'm jealous, dude. That's sweet. Those kinesis boards are pretty awesome. Pretty awesome indeed. And then, yeah, so for tonight, your audio pleasure. These are a good looking switch. So these are not the one negative part, and I don't think I held on to any other regular Pandas. Did Pandas have a PCB mount on them? The Inver Pandas, the first round? The Pandas are not broken in, so those are brand new. I'm not guessing they're broken in. You know, so I believe they were lubed up by the. Okay, so if they didn't, then yeah, there's no big deal. Because yeah, the red Pandas are also plate mount, and so with this build, we are not worried about plate mount in the slightest. However, the board that we're working on here tonight, if you guys have not heard about, come on, bruh. What do you mean? This noob doesn't even know. I don't need to know. Any person who's not a noob doesn't know anything other than what they need to know because other people can't tell them. And so you're sitting there out in viewer land able to tell me what's going on. So I don't need to know. Yeah, so it will, Callus. Yeah, the Alice has got one of the most fantastic, if not the most fantastic, plates I've ever built on. It's really, really snug and secure. On top of that, the PCB is really nice to work with. Here's something, that's for sure. Yeah, when I built mine, I used PCB mount switches, and it was almost difficult to install the switch. The PCB mounts were so secure and snug. It was very tight. So yeah, if you guys get an Alice, whether it's built or unbuilt, you're gonna have a good time. The kit is a fantastic build experience. Like I said, I think it's probably my favorite to date build experience. Hey, I got it, buddy. Have a good night, man. Seb, enjoy your gaming session, my friend. We'll talk to you later. All right, I know. What's up, morning coffee? How you doing, dude? I should be streaming Apex, right? Isn't that's the new Battle Royale game, right? That's from is that the creators of Titanfall? I have not jumped into that game yet. I believe they're... That's a good question, Bug Whisper. I'm not 100% certain. I think they're stock. I was not the one who modified and tuned these switches. It was done by the client. Speaking of, I should probably message the client, considering I'm building their board here. Just make sure he knows I'm live. I will absolutely build you a board, Drake. My keyboard sucks. Damn. Come on, man. Feels bad. Why can't I remember what name you had in Discord? What the hell? Started with a D. Daquani. There, that's what it is. I can't even remember. Why is your name Droke on Twitch? What came first, Droke or Daquani? My 910 is built up with vintage blacks. DQ. Oh, my bad. I don't mean to be putting your real name out there for all the world. My bad. Ignore that chat. Don't listen to me. So there it is, the PCB, looking fresh. Looking fresh. Of the, you're looking to see my 910? I got you, homie. Give me just a second. Let me get all this hardware out of here before I go forgetting that I hadn't removed things, and next thing I know I've got screws flying all over the place. Okay. We won't need that for a little bit, and we won't need this for a little bit. I'll go ahead and put these down here. All right. It's R201910. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, nothing special. There you go. I couldn't afford the full brass weight. It's too expensive. It's too expensive for me. I don't have that pro Fortnite streamer money. Too much money for me. Oh yeah. Look at this. I can't even afford a proper desoldering mat. I need to start a GoFundMe page to get proper tools on my bench. People talk shit about this. My tried and true. My old faithful. Yeah, right. Your creator code. I was looking on Mech Market earlier today, and that LZCLS that got all scarred up. Don't want to bring back any drama, but I was thinking about offering whoever buys that a complimentary build, because that thing needs to be desoldered. I swear I had stabilizers around here somewhere. Where did those? Oh, yeah, here they are. Here they be. Of these 910s with the engrave, there's only 3. So mine has got this little guy on the bottom, and so that engrave is only on a couple of them. I believe I tracked down. I can't remember his name. I think it's actually a Taiwanese guy. He wanted to sell his actually the other day. Yeah, like one of the Doge editions was actually up for grabs, I think last week. Customs might know. Customs chat. There was a guy posting about that, I think a week or a week and a half ago. I can't remember the name of the guy. But yeah, and I think one's in a forever home. Well, 2 are in a forever home. I'll probably not ever get rid of mine. But yeah, the third one actually went up for grabs, I think, a week or so ago. Don't know if it's still around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if somebody messaged them. I would have imagined it sold instantly. I mean, I think a couple people messaged me just to gauge pricing for it. But it's like anything that gets super top tier. It's hard to price out, you know? I mean, it's such a rare thing. It's hard to put a price tag on it. All right, so how many stabilizers do we need for this? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or is he doing, I think he's doing a split backspace. Let me double check. Goodbye, Doge. I think it's a split backspace. Ooh, LZRE, I would imagine, is expensive. Are you getting a masterpiece? Have there been renders of that yet? That thing's been like, people went in on a group buy on that, I think sight unseen, which kind of is amazing to me. What am I doing here? Docs. I need to look here at the instructions for this build. All right, the Alice with red pandas, GMK screw in. Yep, we're doing step caps lock, short right shift. It doesn't say. I believe we wanted a split backspace, but let me double check. There we go. All right. I think we are going to be split backspace units. So the board I built last week for this client, which is right here, the very beautiful Key Colt 65, which sounds fantastic. If you ask me. Here we go. is split backspace. So he did split backspace on this one. I would imagine we're doing split on the Alice as well. Yep, these are tactiles. Those are Zelio V2s, lubed up. Well, we'll begin on some stabilizer modding. I know, what did I say? We'll at least need 1, 2, 3, 4 stabilizers, maybe more. We've got 2 U stabilizers for days, as you can see on my mat here. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. Yeah, the key cult turned out pretty nicely. Build quality on that board is pretty sweet. The anodization looks really good. I'll give you guys a little bit of a close-up on that. If I can. There we go. I would imagine that's decibel. Yeah, decibel. Yep. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. There's the key cult number 1/65, baby. Looks good. Looks really good. With a set of fancy little GMK True Olivetti. If you guys are interested, that key set is hot on the market, ready to be flipped over to another deserving owner. I had an Olivetti plan that did not come to fruition. I thought I was going to be rocking some more blue-gray this summer, but it looks like instead I'm going a different color route for the keyboard I had planned for that key set. Yeah, no, there's no real grain. It's a pretty smooth ano on that. Hey, have a fun night, morning coffee. We'll talk to you later, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I know things are going to be busy tonight. I think Nathan Kim is actually streaming here in about an hour or so. I don't know what, though. I think I saw the announcement, but I'm not sure what he was building. Ooh, trying to get Alps, huh? What are the details of what you're working on there? You can go aftermarket PCBs on a bunch of TKLs. And so if you're looking for Alps in the TKL format, you can get the TX Liku PCB that is Alps compatible, and that is also an A87 standard 10 keyless format PCB. Only problem with a lot of those boards is you run into the function layer profile ends up being really, really high. So just keep that in mind. But that's the PCB, if I'm not mistaken, that like the Duck Saver, the King Saver uses. So it's pretty solid PCB if you can find one. They're accessible. They're not the easiest thing to find, but you can find them if you look. Ooh, the M0116. You've got the new one coming in, the custom, or you've got an old school vintage on the way. Jack Static, welcome, my friend. Appreciate the follow. Enjoy your stay. We are doing, okay, cool. We're doing one more to you. We're doing split backspace. We'll add this one to the mix as well. There we go. Modifying stabilizers for days on this build. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me, Chad. I might get lost here tonight. I'm gonna try and not make this a 4-hour build. We'll take our time, obviously, but we've got lots of stabilizers to mod, and we're getting a late start. I want to see what the new Krellbit started sending out 205G0 in these fancy little vials. Jackstastic. Ah. Well, Jackstastic. You're the first person to not say Jackstastic. Oh, Jackstastic. Okay, yeah. So I said it correctly. Well, then I'd say there are a lot of people who might not know how to read. Jackstatic. Welcome, my friend. I'm glad I didn't butcher your name. Yeah, so let's take a look here at this little fancy new vial that Krellbit's sending out. See if we like it. Looks like it's going to be a lot easier to access the lube. Oh yeah, definitely a lot easier. Those little vials were kind of a pain in the butt. Got used to them, but still kind of a pain in the butt. So if you guys are new to keyboards, we're lubing up the stabilizers. We used a for this build, and for most of my, well, for all of my builds, unless it's otherwise requested, I use 205 grade 0 Krytox 205 grade 0 lube. It's a thick lube that is popular for linear switches, and it is fantastic for lubing the plastic and wires of your stabilizers. With stabilizers, you really want to get a lot of lube in there so that it doesn't have, so that the wire doesn't rattle at all within the housing. Muggles Paper. Thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Enjoy your stay. Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm starting on the cap, and I'll start working my way into the body of the jar here once the cap runs out. Looks like there's a decent amount up there. With 205G0, unless you're doing stabilizers, the trick is less lube, not more. Especially, I mean, on switches, you want just a real light coating. Yes, I do believe it is. The synthetic grease is the other thing that I use on my lubes for filling up the stabilizer, and I do believe, I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question. So the grade 0 part, I'm no lube expert, but the grade 0 part I do believe is what is it? It's the bonding agent within it, right? Isn't that what it is? And you can have different grades. And so, yeah, again, I am no lubing expert, so chat maybe can update here and fill you in on. No. Yeah, so the actual properties of it, though, itself, I'm going to start drowning here if I try and talk about it, because I really don't know. Krellbit knows a lot about lube. That's who I buy all my lube from. But I do believe grade 0 is what So 205 is the level of viscosity, right, of the lubricant, and then grade 0 is, I want to say that that's something that has to do with the, just as you said, the, what is it, the, I don't even know the word I'm looking for right now. Keeping it so that it doesn't break down is what I'm trying to say. Because yeah, you don't want a lubricant that's going to break down and get sandy. You know what I mean? Get clumpy and sandy over time. You know, you want that to stay smooth. You want it to keep its composition. And I believe the grade 0 is the bonding agent, or the bonding level in which, I mean, we can look it up, I'm sure, and find the answer to this. I should know the answer to this. I do not, though. Yeah, like, so 32, I saw 3204 mentioned there. Yeah, so 3204 is a less dense lubricant, right? It's thinner than 205. Yeah, that's a good, Jax. I think he did stock up on it, and then I think it went from pre-order to sellout pretty quickly. And so I think he's just doing order fulfillment now. I think he was actually streaming order fulfillment when I started this evening. But yeah, I'm not certain where he's at with the status of orders and stocking up again. I think the last couple of times I might be misremembering, but I think the last couple of times Krelbitz restocked, he said, "This is the last time I'm going to restock this." And I could be wrong, but I vaguely remember hearing something along those lines. And then, you know, here we are buying another round. It's a pretty wildly popular lube, though. I mean, I feel like everyone these days is using it for their stabilizers. Oh man, easy to really load the brush up with this vial, or with this little jar. I used too much there. Well, nonsense. What did I just say? There's no using too much on a stabilizer, but I did use a lot. Wipe a little bit of the excess off there. And then ever so carefully put that in there. There we go. Yeah, definitely a much easier way to get the lube. Huh. These cans are great. Yeah, any board that comes stock needs to be lubed up more times than not. You get that rattle going on there. What I would recommend, though, is, so there's two ways to retune your stabilizer, right? There's the option where you can, you know, take the thing apart, desolder the board, get the lubricant, you know, get the stabilizers off there, replace them even if you want to, or, you know, put, you know, the same ones back on after you tune them up properly. Or what I have found, depending on the cutouts of the PCB and your plate and how it looks and the orientation of it all, a lot of times with the super lube, here we go, little super lube shill. These guys don't pay me money. I wish they did. This one in particular has a nice little needle nose point. You can sometimes get this inside the stabilizer and just inject lube right into it. You gotta make sure your keycap's not on it, and you probably want to depress it a couple times because some lube might actually, you know, jut up the top through the top of the stabilizer. Not a big deal if it does and you don't catch it at first, but you probably want to pop your space bar off after you've done that, after a couple of depresses, because you might have a little bit of lube there in the bottom. And you know, no big deal if you do. It just, you know, just wipe it off the bottom of your space bar and you're good to go, kind of deal. But yeah, you might have luck with that. It saves you from having to desolder an entire board, which is, I know, kind of a dreaded procedure by many people. If that option isn't available to you, shameless plug, you can send your board over to me and I'll do it for you. Huzzah! Nope, that doesn't feel like I got it. Nope, I didn't get it. There it goes. We need to clean these up a little bit once we're done. We're just breezing through these 2U steps tonight. Yeah, so if you're going to replace the stabilizers, more times than not, you need to desolder it. And if you're going to go through that, I would recommend an engineering pump. Those things are pretty good desoldering pumps. They're on the pricier side for a pump, but it is worth it, in my opinion, if you're going to be doing a full keyboard's worth of desoldering. They're about, I think they're about 20 to 30 bucks on Amazon, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh man, a little dollop of lube came off onto my little mat here. I don't like that. There we go. All right. There you go. You'll be good to go with that. You'll be good to go. Now if I can just get these. Man, sometimes stabilizer doesn't give you any problem at all. And then other times, it does not want to clip in there. Okay, let's get this wiped up first. And then, from there, we will finish off our last 2U stabilizer here for the night. Should have tried it earlier. Wonder how easy it is. Let's give this a shot. Just to dip this sucker right in there. Not too hard at all. Ooh, I like this. Switch films are needed for cherry housings. I have not modded Gateron housings, really. Oh yeah, look at that, chat. These new vials from Krellbit. My goodness, yeah. That makes my job a little easier. Just get this thing lubed up. And wipe off a little excess. Oh yeah, baby. Modding stabilizers just got easier. Got a little bit of excess on that boy. But not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. Let's see here. Paint this off. There we go. There we go. All right. That little can there, and of course I made it through 90% of what I was doing here tonight before I did it, but this little guy made stabilizer modding a lot faster. Viking Robot, what's up, my dude? You haven't missed much, man. Just about to get into it here with this Alice build. Gonna add a little bit more lubricant here onto the back of my wires. So yeah, I'll show you guys real quick for those of you interested. Where I go in with it is right above my index finger at the back of the wire. So the front of the wire typically gets the lube and it gets pushed back a little bit as it goes underneath this plastic component there in the middle that actually holds the wire in. And so I put super lube in the back of it there on both sides. And again, it doesn't really make a difference like how much you get in there. Basically what I do is I just inject it right into that back point right there. And that makes it so that it really fills in that back wire nicely, filling up the space there with lubricant so that when the wire moves around, you don't get any noise with it. And it's, like I said, it's one of those modifications, this one, that you can oftentimes repeat after the board has been built. So if you notice that your stabilizer is not sounding good, I'd highly recommend looking at that. It's oftentimes a real quick fix. And that's been today's edition of Max F's Life Hacks for Keyboards. All right. Groovy. We are. You see the updates to the Tris there, Tom? We are rocking and rolling with the grayscale monochrome layout with the Tris at the moment. Okay, here we go. Let's have some fun. Okay. We need... Oh, the other thing we need to verify too. Aaron, are you in here? Have you joined up? Are you in chat? I don't know if I've seen you on Twitch before chatting. Or no, I think I have. Same username as Discord if I remember correctly. RTY. So I need to identify, if you're here, what layout you want for your Alice on the space bars. One of them is set in stone. The other, the left side space, we need to decide if we want a 1U key over to the right of the space bar, or if you want a... Did I mod too many stabilizers? Oh yeah, he said split, and I modded another stabilizer. Whoops. I'm terribly sorry, Aaron. I modded an extra stabilizer. Next time you build something, you'll have a stabilizer already good to go. I modded one too many. Right? Because we're doing left shift, 2 space bars, and the enter key. We shouldn't have any others. I believe I've got them all. Oh, now that would be a meme. 7U spacebar on an Alice. I think it exists. Don't they have curved spacebars for the Microsoft ergonomic keyboard, like the shitty membrane one? I think it's a thing, right? Yeah, that's a thing. Curved 7U. That would be fantastic. I have a feeling that would not sound too good. That's fantastic. Alrighty then. So, while we're taking care of some GMK screws here for these stabilizers, I will do a little bit of shameless plugging for the Washington, D.C. meetup. If you guys are in the D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area, or just on the East Coast and want to travel to a sweet meetup, you guys should absolutely consider coming down. I will be hosting, again, the 5th annual this time, Washington, D.C. meetup. We will have keyboards and pizza and drinks, both water, beverages, soda, all that. No alcoholic beverages. And a good time to be had for people of all ages. If you're interested in something like that, I will be posting more details here probably this week. Okay, Aaron, so I'm going to message you here on Discord. I am going to guess he wants, like I had, a 1U key on the left side of this cluster here. Yeah. All right, let me get caught up on chat here. We're talking about lube. We're talking about solder suckers. We're talking about GMK stabs. Yep. All right, cool. I think I'm actually caught up on chat. It looks like chat did a good job answering questions for me too. Thanks, guys. Y'all the true MVP. All right, we got the green light on the 1U as well. So we are good to go there. So yeah, with the Alice, you really have a lot of configuration options here with this keyboard, guys. I don't know if this is the first time y'all have watched this channel. I have an Alice of my own. It is an absolutely beautiful board. And for a 60% keyboard, it has some of the best modularity you can get. And I mean, it's a bit larger than your standard 60%, right? It's about the size, well, it's exactly the size just about of a 10 keyless. So, you know, it's a bit larger, but man, oh man, it's a really cool ergonomic keyboard, as you guys are about to see. Just tightening up the screws on this. Making sure I don't make them too tight, but not too loose either. We are on version 1.4 of this PCB. I don't even know what version mine is. Seems like version 1.4. Man, that seems like there's a lot of versions of this board. Okay, is that good? You happy with me there? I think those all look good. Okay, cool. Yep, I'm happy with that. And what am I doing here? I should have this guy over here tonight. So we can do a little side by side. There we go. There's what we're building tonight. So as you can see, this option right here, you have the option to do a smaller 1.25. I think it's 1.25, and this moves over, and then you can do a 1.25 here as well. So I just have a 1U. We're opting for the same layout tonight. We're doing a 1U over onto that side of the cluster as well. So, yep, good times. I think it's this side, right? Yeah, it's this side. All right, let's see. Is my keyboard working? Yes, we are. We're good to go. All right. All right, we do have a little bit of LED work tonight as well. We will build, and then we will come back to the LED work once we're done constructing the keyboard itself. Okay. I'm excited for these. This will be a fun build. These Panda switches. Definitely a fun build for sure. All right, so let's pop these on. We'll test some stabilizers. Make sure we're happy with how everything sounds here. Yeah, and like I said, man, oh man, I remember this. These are tight. Let me do, just so I don't bow this plate out at all, I'm gonna hold it while I plug these first few switches in. Man, oh man. Sam wasn't messing around when he made this one. He said, what's the closest I can get these tolerances to on this plate? And you know what? Real quick, before I get too far in this, we are going to break out a brand new pair of gloves since we will be manhandling this brass so I don't get my fingerprints all over it. Because it has, despite having a sandblast to it, we don't want to get our fingerprints all over it, mess up the patina. Or not mess it up, but get a patina going on any of it. You know. You know. Yeah. You guys are going to hear some popping noises with me putting switches in this plate. Have no fear. It is just the nature of this plate. Oh, baby. These switches look pretty cool. I have not on a build for a client. I don't think I've had an issue where I've had to rebuild because it sounded bad. I have had to rebuild a stabilizer before because I was not aware that the percent canoe is not compatible, at least by default, with the Zeal stabilizers. To no fault of Zeal, but the clearance on the plate for the canoe is such that you do not get a full return on the board, and so I have had to rebuild because of that. But no, I've not had to rebuild because my stabilizers sound like shit. You'll see here in a second. I mean, as soon as I finish getting a couple more of these switches in, we're gonna test it. If anything sounds bad, I will catch it at this stage in the game. And my best, you guys are guinea pigs for me on that. You guys help me. You guys help me here. You guys at home can tell me if things sound like shit. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully our stabilizers sound good. We're just popping a few more of these switches in here. Making sure we don't get any bow in it. Yeah, the canoe had a little bit of issue there. Once it was built up, it sounded and felt great. I have a nice little typing test of that board. It was on some V2 Zelios. Yeah, I just had issues though with the clearance. Had to replace it with a GMK stabilizer. There's Daredevil. Let's see here. Oh man, trying to type with gloves. Yeah, Daredevil, if you're in here, if you're in chat, man, oh man, sorry for the typos. Yeah, no, it's all, again, if you're in here, you can hear me. It's all good, man. I know it was short notice. Me sending that to you. Okay. Oopsie. Man, this guy really just drops right in there. No issues. Okay, yeah, so let's do some tests here. We've got right here for your aesthetic pleasure some special keys for our spacebar. We've got the blanks in Taro, which will line up quite nicely. If I can get the plastic open. There we go. Got it started there. I believe, yep, that's the same size. Do that on one side. This on another side, right? Because there's nothing other than 2Us, the Alice is also a very difficult board to make sound like shit. There's, typically a stabilized key that doesn't sound good. Odds are it's your spacebar, right? And so the Alice, though, only has 2Us for spacebars. So 2U keys typically, not always, but typically sound really good. I'm holding this down a little bit. So yeah, I'm not getting any negative sounds there. So Taro's got this teal, but then also it's also got a really cool yellow. I haven't decided yet. I think I might use the yellow for the build here. Once we're done, we can make that call later on this evening once we get there. There we go. Okay, let's go with a shift here. I saw a great post on Reddit. Somebody had said, "Man, how do you get this keyboard to work without any space bars?" And somebody commented back, "You shift things around." I thought that was hysterical. I thought that was a great dad joke. I see all sorts of cool code buttons. Do we have a function button in this? Yes, we do. There it is. Boom. And then we have a control over here. We have a alt here. We have an incorrect key here. We need, you know what? We'll keep them uniform. Because uniformity, we're going to conform. We're going to conform on the other side here. This guy is going to go like this. Boom. And then we're going to do another switch. And another alt key here. And a control key, control key, control key. All right, where's the right 1.5 view control? Man, these GMK trays. These things are a godsend, helping me find all these keycaps quickly. All right. That's pretty sweet. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so let's do a little bit of monitoring here on this. Okay. Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. I do not hear any rattle in those, which means, that said, we are ready to continue putting some switches on the board and getting just one step closer to putting this baby all together. I've got enough switches, I think, on here to make it so that I don't really have to worry about warping the plate. This plate is tight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Perfection. Hey, that's what I like to hear, Callus. Thanks for spot checking me, my man. Appreciate you. All right, we're doing a stepped caps lock on this guy. We'll go over off to the left here. Oh boy. There we go. Man, oh man. So who's entering the clack sale tonight? Try and get in on that. I'm gonna need to F5 with you guys here in just a minute or two. I think, what do we got, 10:45? We've got a clack sale coming in hot here in 15 minutes. My God. Just the proximity to these other keys, making it difficult for me to get this popped in here. Let's see if we can remove that temporarily. Okay, there we go. Just couldn't get the leverage I needed on that with that enter key there. There we are. And you know what? We're gonna put the enter key over there because we are gonna do, I think we're gonna do this enter key, the yellow one. Yeah, so Callus, I was the same way, my friend. I did not get into the artisan marketplace until just about a month ago. And my, oh my, have I gotten into it since then. I just found, you know, over time, and I mean, I've been into keyboards for probably the better part of 3 years now. And over time, I've you know, kind of had my eye on a couple, but I've never been like, oh yeah, I need to get that. And yeah, let me tell you, once I started, I really opened the floodgates. Now every time anything that I was watching before that I was like, oh, that's cool. That's right. The Serica enter key that isn't. But yeah, like I was saying, anything that I was watching before that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Now I'm like, oh, I gotta have it. Gotta have it. Like that maximum exort key that was up earlier tonight for $1,200. I was like, don't do it. You don't have that kind of money sitting around for a single keycap. Don't do it. But the other side of me was like, you should totally get that. You should totally get that. It's a cool keycap. And I'm a huge Deadpool fan. If you guys haven't seen what I'm looking at, take a look at the ETF. Take a look at ETFs. Max, I think it's maximum exort. Yeah, that's what I think. Is it maximum exort, Viking Robot? I can't remember. Yeah, like I said, it's a slippery slope, right? You get in, and then before you know it, you're like, oh, I'm in too deep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look forward to seeing that, man. I need to get a resin holder. I'll trade you my Tris for that. No keycaps included. Although I could work a deal with the Gray Skull, but I'm keeping the Popsy. Yeah, how did I figure? You didn't have to answer that one for me to know the answer to it. Hopefully I can get the leverage I need to on these to push this in straight without having to take. Nope, I need to take these keycaps off. Not that big of a deal. Can't get the leverage I need on the plate to pop these in if I have a keycap below it. Man, oh man. Like I said, this is a violent plate to push switches into. Oh, and of course this one then pops right out. Oh, because this one popped out because it's the it's not a spot that's actually surrounded on all four corners by a plate. That's why that switch came out easier than these ones. Boostop gang. Boostapo gang. Excuse me. Thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Enjoy your stay. Oh, is it? So that's a combo. That's a nasty combo then. Not nasty, but that is a combo then. Because I will tell you it's both for sure. Building this boy, I can tell you with certainty that it is both. They'll both get you. It's all good. Okay, cool. Moving right along. Got a couple extra switches here too. I like that, just in case. All right. So now let us move on to a little bit of cleanup, and then let's get this soldering started. We'll need those. We're good with lube on the night. I don't need that anymore. Switches and stabilizers should be okay. Yeah, you definitely don't need to worry about alignment. I will double check it on the split backspace key, since I always do that, but just to be on the safe side there, I don't think I need to worry about it. Okay. The tools I'll need later. Let's put those under here. This can go away, this can go away, this can go away. We'll need these to clip the LED indicators. We will need our iron. Let's go ahead and get this organized. And we'll get our iron heating up. Move this down here temporarily. Okay. Go gadget soldering iron. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna grab my exhaust. I'll be right back in, guys. 2 seconds. I'm gonna have the exhaust sit here tonight. Let's test this out. Let's test out something a little new. And I think I did this last week. I think I did this setup with the key code as well. So we're gonna have the exhaust over here, just off camera for the most part. There we go. That's as good as I can do it. I don't want to actually, you know what? We'll go there. Off camera for the most part. Boom. Zoomed out a little bit. There we go. All right. Iron here. That's heated up. We're going in at 675. And let's test real quick to make sure we're not missing any prongs. So far, so good. That row's good. That row's good. All good, all good, good, good. Okay. Makes it easy to see the stem from the switch there. Okay, cool. We're all set there. No, I do not, Callus. That is not a game I will be playing, especially since it is not my PCB. Probably good to have some solder. Solder is a requirement. Here is said solder. So I've been thinking, chat, about doing an Amazon affiliate link. And I can just have everything I use on builds linked in there for your all's convenience. Sorry for the fan noise. Hate to do it to you guys. Okay. Oh baby, what time is it? Yep, it's time to hit refresh. Huh, hold on 1 second, guys. Let's see if Max can win a clack. And by win a clack, I mean like 3 clacks, I think, tonight. I also just found that this is kind of pushed away a little bit. We're going to need to push this plate down a little bit more on the left side. The one we soldered in here on the right is good, but the one over here we're going to need to do a little more work to. So I'll go ahead and get the pump out for this. This is the one I was talking about earlier. This is the engineering pump. It's a pretty good one. But let's see here. Let's refresh a couple of times here and see if... I think we're gonna get this thread to open up here. So if you guys aren't watching it, Clock Factory up on Geek Hack is about to do a group buy on his resin caps here. We're gonna spam F5 for 1 minute here at 10:59. At 11 p.m. Eastern, this thread should open up. And we'll see if I'm going to be throwing money at some artisanal keycaps tonight. I doubt it. I doubt it, but have a good thought for me, chat. I need you to cross your fingers. There we go. Reply is up. Daddy needs a new keycap. Let's go. Post, post, post. And Geek Hack is dead. Geek Hack is beyond dead. No, we are talking about well, in terms of flip value, probably an equivalent of a $600 keycap. It is clack. I'm telling you, I knew Geek Hack was gonna die. I'll take credit for it though. I got broad shoulders. I can handle that. I killed Geek Hack. Sorry guys. All right, we're done. I think I either made it or I didn't. We'll see what happens. His group buys go pretty darn quick. So I don't know if you can see, but this little boy is good. I like desoldering with this guy. I don't do it too often because I do have a vacuum. But for little touch treatments, when I'm in the midst of a build, I still use this guy all the time. He's a good little tool. The Engineer solder sucker, the SS02. It's a pretty solid one. Oh, it's back up. Yep, I got a 504 on it. Let's see if I submitted in time. It looks like I did. Oh my God. I don't know what page I made it on. Let's run a search on Max F. I did not make it on page 81, so I'm on page 80 maybe. Let's do another search on Max F. I did not make it on page 80, so I'm on 79. I made it in there early, baby. Or I didn't at all. Let's see, Max F. Yep, I made it in on page 79. Oh, you know what? Tonight was supposed to be the catch-up poem, though. Oh. Can I edit my post? Because I had one for the catch-up poem. Modify? Oh, you can modify. All right, hold on. Let me link this real quick. Because this was funny as shit. I found a really funny one. Hold on. That this little kid wrote on the whiteboard. Hold on. Copy image. Let's see if it'll allow me to do this. This was funny as shit. Save image. We'll see if this works. I'll show you chat here what I'm adding into this thing. I don't know if this will work or not. Paste. Copy image address. Boom. Verify here. Yeah. Will that allow me to do it? Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, I got lazy with it. No, so here's what's happening. Here you go, chat. I got you. Copy image address. Here is, he posted, so Clack, the guy who runs it, posted on his thread, the format for tonight's sale is, oh my God, some people wrote so much. There's no way I'm getting it. Some people wrote like dissertations. So the rules of his group buy tonight was ketchup. Post a poem about that prolific condiment. He'll pick the winner based on whatever strong feeling he has at the moment. And he said, what did he say? He said something about fuck off mustard users or something along those lines. It was pretty funny. But what, that meme is from something. What happened with ketchup? What happened with ketchup that I'm missing? All right, push this down because we're trying not to get any separation here. Oh, we forgot to turn our exhaust back on. What? Still being a piece of shit. What in the world is happening with this pad here? This corner's just being difficult. Hang tight, guys. There it goes. Now we're groovy. Is it just... Okay, we're going to try just keeping some pressure here. Right here. There we go. There we go. Now we're looking good. Okay, cool. So again, if you're newer to... Oh, did mine not update? I switched mine. I switched mine to that damn picture, I thought. I think mine updated. And if it didn't, oh well. No, mine updated. Hopefully it doesn't get pissed off about me editing it. Ketchup is red, the sky is blue. Let me wing clack. Please, I'm so lonely. Oh, that's a great poem. Shout out to Robot Rogue. That is a fantastic poem. Some people wrote like they wrote like 1,000 words. I don't know if they're like copy pasting something. I didn't take the time to read it, but some people really went all in on their ketchup poems. That's dedication to the game right there. This is my favorite. This is what their poem was. It's so eloquent. Oh, it's too good. I love that. Where's my tilde? There we go. The poems are for the Clack sale tonight. So Clack said you had to write a poem about ketchup and fuck mustard. Mustards. There's some straight mustard hating going on. Oh, dude. I'd lose it. I'd lose my shit. It'd be my first win. I haven't gotten any Clack wins since I started. And I haven't been in it for too long, but I probably started trying to enter Clack sales around like sale maybe like 60-ish or so in Clack Factory. So I've probably entered the vast majority of them between Clack 60 and today, which was 101. Yesterday was a crazy sale too. Yesterday he gave away a, what was it? It was like a Topre Tri-Shark. or you had the option of a Topra Tri-Shark or a it was either that or two MX Clacks. So Seb, you've probably seen it on a lot of keyboards. People even on customs, people will put like on their escape key, they'll put like one of those. They'll put one of those skulls. No, I mean the Tri-Shark. Yeah, I don't know about $2,000, but they would be very expensive. Those are pretty. That one in particular is a pretty awesome colorway too. I'm not gonna win though. I was lazy. I mean, I shouldn't win tonight. People actually made some hysterical poems. And so, yeah, I mean, I shouldn't by all rights. I just was a lazy ass, and I went out to Google and I found a funny. I found a funny. I just found a funny Google image of some kid drawing on a whiteboard. About ketchup. Mine's funny, but it's not that creative. Yeah, so Seb, tonight was so the way his sales typically work is he just has a thread up in GeekHack. And on GeekHack, he unlocks his thread. For typical sales, he just unlocks his thread for about 10 seconds. And everyone posts as quickly as they can one reply in his thread. And those who get a post in are considered, entered. And he typically says, like, the second to last person to reply wins, or the middle post wins, or the first post wins. And sometimes he does something crazy like this. Like, last night he just let RNG take over, and he just selected somebody, at random, right? But, tonight he's doing it based off of, his opinion of who should win after putting together their best catch-up poems. Clack basically came out and said, I want some catch-up poems. So, show me what you got. Oh, we lost camera, didn't we? Yes, we did. All right, hold on one second, lads. Hold up. Sorry about that. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I need to look into that. I haven't watched the video yet. What's the format for the Nathan Kim giveaway? Don't you need to be like watching his stream on the 10th? Isn't that when they're announced? So Sunday, right? And then what do you have to do in the meantime, though? Oh, yeah. No, any of the options would be awesome, right? Oh, I gotcha. Okay, yeah. So you just make sure you're following him on all his platforms and everything like that. That makes sense. Cool. Well, yeah, that's awesome. Definitely support Nathan Kim's good lad. I'll be tuning into whatever he's doing tonight after I finish this build off myself, I think. That's right. I was jealous of that Nick Heller build that he did with the Jane. That thing was beautiful. Oh, that ding. We got some activity from Clack. He's doing something on Geekhack. I'll have to check in a minute, see if he's announced any winners. I would imagine he'll take his time with it, but then again, I'm losing track of time. It's probably been already about 15 minutes. Oh yeah, 20 minutes. There were some good entries in there. If you guys entered, good luck. Good luck to everyone. I wish you all everything you want. May all your dreams come true. Alright, we are moving right along. We have got the full right side of this board just about complete. I'm going to go ahead and make sure we've got enough solder applied. The tendency to go on the lower end of the spectrum with some of these keys. I'll just make sure I have them all touched up properly. Just a couple here and there that need a little more solder. Nothing too much. Cool. All right. Moving right along. All right, let's see here. A linear switch showdown. There we go. How about that? That sounds interesting. And then lots of unboxings. Very cool. Oh, hey, nice, Seb. That's a good pickup, dude. Congrats. Did you get the Hako? Did you get the Hako gun? Okay. Yeah, no, there you go. I think I have the one you're talking about. Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, yeah, no, those things are good. You just want to make sure when you're using it, use it at an angle like this. Have your PCB up like that, and come at it from the side, and then, you know, it's just a normal little vacuum that sucks it out. That way it'll keep it so that the solder doesn't flow back out of the heating element. So yeah, if you do it from like a side angle like that, you'll be Gucci. You can probably get through maybe, like, you know, 3 or 4 switches at a time before you actually have to empty it. It just depends on how much solder's on there, but yeah, if it's not too bad. Yeah, man. Absolutely. It would be awesome if, and he never will because there's just not enough demand for it. But it'd be awesome if Norbauer made a case for that Ergo, because that's a cool board. I mean, there are people that love the Kinesis, you know, right? And then if Norb made like a high quality aluminum case for it, that'd be pretty sweet. It'd be a tank too. It'd be so big. That's what she said. Hey. Oh, we got more activity from Clack. We'll check here in a minute to see if he announced any winners. Wasn't there someone that's going to make a custom Topra board? What do you mean by custom Topra board? Do you mean like what I was just talking about with the custom case for a Topra board? Or you mean for something different? Oh, like an actual, like from start to finish, complete custom Topra. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I haven't heard of any interest checks or anything like that yet, but I would be interested in something like that. I think the problem is a lot of times it comes down to the domes, right? You know, and people will like you know, take those BKE domes and replace, you know, their real force domes, or you know, their HHKBs and everything else. Like Topra is kind of one of those things where I don't think other than the BKE there's too much innovation in terms of the domes, right? Is it pretty much just them? I know you can change out the domes, you can change out the sliders, but I heard the sliders are really shitty. I haven't used Topra in a while, but I heard the MX sliders that you can replace out, I've heard those make it so that the switches are really wobbly, and then by the end of it, you're like, you know, why did I even bother with this? It just makes the experience of typing just really shitty. I don't have experience with that, but that's what I've heard. I was actually looking today at Topra for the first time in a while,
because I've been traveling back and forth to the office lately with my Alice. And that thing is it's just too heavy to be traveling with. I don't trust myself to not, run it into a wall or mangle it somewhere along the way. So I've been really careful with it, but I have been traveling with it. But I want to get a Topra board. So I actually found an 86U on Mech Market. Haven't sealed the deal yet, but man, that board looks pretty cool. The Real Force. We're almost good here, guys. Let's see here. Got a couple more switches. Couple more. There we go. I think I got them all. Let's give it a quick visual. Looking good from all sides, if you ask me. All right. Let's give her a test. And see if we are indeed good to go. I don't know of any cheap soundproofing materials that would be good for a case. I don't want to buy. Yeah, I don't recommend expensive sorbethane. So I actually use a drawer liner that's on Amazon myself, and it works perfectly. I've actually got it lining my 910 right now, and it's such a perfect fit actually that with the drawer liner in the bottom of the case, it pushes the plate up enough against the top to where you don't need to bolt it in with screws at all. And so it's really nice. I like it a lot. I can send you guys the link to that here in just a little bit. Give me just a moment here. I want to, before I get too far off on time, so what have we been doing here? We've been going at it for 2 hours. I want to plug this in and take a look, see if all of our switches are good. Hold on one second. Actually, let me go here. Let's open up this. Let's go to the editor and turn that on so we can see in chat. There we go. All right, now you guys can see. Let's mix this up here. It's a good fit there. All right, print screen, scroll lock, pause break, looking good. Our top row, escape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Split backspace, so we've got already pre-set up for us. We've got the pipe here and the tilde here. Looking good. Thank you, Sam, for doing split backspace automatically for us. QWERTY, IOP, yep. And then backspace there. Beautiful. Enter. Okay, and this guy is control, so we're control by default. And then the Windows key down here on the left control. Space, space, Windows key, Alt, Control, Function. It looks like the function layer is not set up, which is fine. Cool. All of our keys are set up, and function layer is set up because the arrows are good. We just don't have caps lock bound, which is fine. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right, we are looking good with that though. Well done. Well done, past Max. You've built it. Let's take this one home, present Max, as I talk to myself. Here we go. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, looking good there. I want hardware. Where's my tools? Where did I put? Oh man. Where did I put my tools? Hey, there's Aaron. What's going on, my friend? How you doing, buddy? I don't know if you caught it. We just took a look with Switch Hitter. Everything is looking beautiful on this build. All keys tested out successfully. And meanwhile, I, in some way, shape, or form, have decided to misplace my tools. There they are. I knew they couldn't be too far. All right. So we are putting the Alice back together here. Looking pretty good, if you ask me. Looking really good, actually, if you ask me. And if you're just joining chat, Aaron, I will say that I am in love with Taro. Taro looks so good. I can't wait to actually get this thing dressed. Oh, so Zondat's talking about doing some Topra. Okay, interesting. I am not into Topra enough to look into that. And Zondat doesn't like me. I won't color anyone else's opinions with mine, so we'll just leave it at that. Interesting project, though. I'd be surprised if we don't start seeing more Topra boards from people. It's certainly a good way to get a nice feeling linear. I like the feel of Topra. I don't like the sound as much. I'm not a silent guy. I like things to be loud. And not necessarily loud, but I just like it to have a good sound signature. I need to hear it. That ASMR. Gotta have it. I have not built anything with Helios yet. My last run-in with silent switches was with the Zeal Xylence on the 78 gram switch spring. And I will be candid with you guys. The switch felt incredible. I thought it was a very nice tactile feel. Not so tactile that after the novelty of it wears off, you don't like it. But tactile enough to really get a nice feedback on it. And so it felt great. The issue that I had was the sound. Again, I'm just not a silent guy. Just my personal opinion. If I liked silent switches, I would have liked the Zeal Xylent. And so because of that, I mean, I think the Helio is going to carry over a lot of those characteristics, unless it's a linear. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it a tactile switch or is it linear as well? if it's a tactile, then I would imagine it's going to carry over a lot of the same properties as the Xylent that I tried. The Hyperfuse Bro raffle? I did not. Okay, so Jax, if a Helio is linear, if a Helio is a silent linear, I've not tried that. Oh God. Clack Factory's response to his thread tonight was, I read a few, but mostly just cleaned up the thread. These look fantastic. I will not post the winner tonight. I'm spread really thin tonight. I'll have to play catch up tomorrow. But, I think I was on 79. I wonder if when he cleaned up, he removed ones that were edited. Pudsy's thread, or Pudsy's reply goes on for days. Looks funny though. No man should have all that power. Okay, so here we go. I think these are all the same size, right? This hardware, it does appear, yeah. So for all 8 of these screws, they are all the same size. Don't have to worry about longer ones in the back or anything like that. I'm gonna turn my soldering iron off. We're done with that for the night. Just a little spoiler alert, with TGR boards, I believe the Alice is the first of them that use the same size hex for the plate mount as well as the case mount. I could be wrong, but it's the first one I've used. And so that's an appreciated little quality of life change, if you ask me. I don't know if the V2 Jane uses the same hardware as well for both plate and case. But the 910, the Jane R1, the Tris, I believe the Unicorn, I believe they all use different size hexes for the case as well as the plate. Different size. Not a big deal, something you kind of just notice though over time. It's a smaller hex for the plate screws. Okay. You got screwed on an AliExpress order and a hot swap will see you I think you got delivered to the wrong. Oh, dude, that sucks, Seb. I'm sorry to hear that, man. And Jax, no, you're probably hearing my furnace right now. It's a little cold. I can turn it on. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that looks so good. Hold on one second, chat. Let me turn the furnace off real quick. Oh, Seb, I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, no, that's awesome that they didn't ask any questions, and hopefully that wasn't a big hassle for you. I just remembered we forgot something, chat. Not the big deal, but let's take a second real quick. I need to put these LEDs in. That's what we forgot. Look how good this looks. Oh man, oh man. That with like the switches and everything. Ooh wee. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm liking that. All right, so real quick, before we get this all built up, you guys are in for another little treat. That was a little teaser. Just a little teaser here. I'm going to carefully remove this hardware without... Oh, sorry, I just hit the mic with my hand. Hopefully that didn't mess you guys up. Sorry, headphone users, if it did. I'm going to carefully remove this hardware real quick, and we're going to install 3 LEDs on the indicator cluster. Little things. I'll show you guys how that's done. With this build, and the way the indicator cluster is laid out on the top case, so that you get, I don't know if you can see it on mine, but so that you get a very precise light in, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to take the ones out of the top here, the shallower holes. We're just going to take the hardware out, and we're going to put the back just right down here. Yeah, because what we can do, nothing too crazy. We are going to put these indicators in and just line them up. We don't even need to move anything here. We'll leave the hardware all lined up as well, because we're just going to slip some LEDs in this right side right here. So the trick to it that I was going to tell you guys is you want to make sure your LEDs are pushed down into the indicator. Yeah, I know, right? You're absolutely right, Seb. I think that's spot on. Happy New Year to everyone who celebrates that on the Chinese calendar. All right. So we've got 3 ultraviolet LEDs here for this. We're going to go ahead, enter those in right here. There's one. And you know what I'm going to do for you guys? I'm going to try and get, because I know that's far away. No, that's not really gonna work, is it, chat? That's an awful angle. Zoomed in a little too far away. But what our goal is here is to do 2 things. Well, first part is this indicator cluster over here on the right side. We need to get the LEDs in here first. And so we'll just bend this guy out just a little bit so he doesn't go anywhere. And we'll enter this one in here. We want to grab all 3. Oh my goodness. He's really trying to escape. All right, hold on, let's do this. Bend that down so it doesn't go anywhere. And then this one. Okay, come on, dagnabbit. Trick is with this cluster, you want to give yourself enough space so that you can push them a little bit into the LED slot, the LED receptacle, if you will. Oh, and we'll need the soldering iron again. We'll go ahead and turn that back on. Get that heating up while we finagle our LEDs into their proper locations here. Okay, bend that guy as well. Okay, now that we are in position, we will screw the case back down because we want to get the distance right. It won't be any good to have the top part of our case sitting on my desk separated from the plate and PCB. We want to get the separation just perfect for this cluster so that the LEDs are as far down in it as they can go so that you get as focused of a LED as you can. The trick is with it, you want to get it into the cluster because you want to get the indicator LED into the actual receptacle so that you don't have bleed through. If you don't get the LED right close to the receptacle, it'll have a little bit of bleed and it'll make it look not as nice. Not as nice. Okay. So, that said, that guy's in there. Okay. Perfect. We will start with the, I think this is num lock. Okay. 675 again on this. There's one. There's two. Okay, let's take a look real quick at that. Okay, yep, that looks good. And then let's go for LED number 2 here. Okay, that's in the proper spot right there, I believe. Get this moved out of the way so that we can work our way in there. 1, 2, and one more to go. Okay, where are you? Where are you, little LED? There you go. Okay. There we go. I believe that's in there now. All right. And 2 more touches. 1. Oh man. Hold on, let's see. We'll line it up and take a look here once we're finished. All right. Let's see if this looks good. All right, our joints are good. Let us see before I put it back together if it looks good on here as well. Oh yeah, that's a good look there. And then, oh, sorry, let me focus it here for you guys. That's worse, and that's better. Okay, so we got that. I'm grasping at straws here. I think I've got, I don't know which one's scroll lock, which is a problem. I don't know how to turn my scroll lock on. Let me, hold on. Let's go back here. And let's see. Okay, let's go back here And let's see on my Alice if I can turn all the lights on so that all the indicators should come up. Because mine, I know I have caps lock bound. Hold on one second. I want to be careful with this because I've got these little LED prongs sticking out. Your fourth indicator light on your TMO. Could be an indicator cluster. I'm not 100%. There we go. All right, so all three are on. So we should have all three LEDs lit up and operational on this guy now. And yes, we do. There we go. All right, so I don't know if you're watching, Aaron, but there are your LED cluster lights. All lit up, looking pretty good, if you ask me. Nice colorway choice, by the way. Not only is it going to match Taro pretty damn nicely, but it also happens to be the same LED color I use on every single one of my indicators. Ultraviolet is the way to go. All day, every day. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if I said it already, but I was going to think that it's probably a layer indicator. Okay, cool. All right, so let me go ahead and clip these off. Come on. I don't want to get it too close, but I want it close. There we go. Trick is close, but not too close. I just lost those prongs. I think one of them went flying off my desk behind. Chat, you happen to see where that last one went? I'll probably step on it and hurt myself later. Okay, so yep, all of our LEDs are now clipped. Let's just make sure they look good. Yep, we're looking good. Okay. All right, just a tiny little detour. Not that bad. We'll go ahead and resume with the closing of the case. And now we're done with the soldering iron. We'll turn that back off again. Cool. All right. There we go. Groovy. Oh, that'll be awesome. Yeah, that'll really match nicely then. Yeah, you got a nice little pop from it there. The only thing, remind me, Aaron, unless you're comfortable with Bootmapper and don't care, is I need to map your caps lock key for you. Everything else is the proper function layout, just like it should be. Sam also programmed this PCB with split backspace in mind, so you're good there. I didn't need to make any changes to that. sure. We don't have much to line up on this one. It's pretty darn good by default. Yeah, that's a perfect alignment there. I like it. And now we've got the case closed. The case has been closed. Okay. Ba-bam. Yeah, there you go. Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. That's funny. I wasn't even thinking about that. All right, groovy. Let's go ahead and have some fun. I think we deserve it at this point, right? I believe we deserve it at this point. Okay. Pipe. Small pipe, small pipe, small pipe. Where are you, small pipe? That might be in the other kit. One of the other little boxes. Because I don't see the small pipe here on this. We'll just proceed on here. So print screen, scroll lock, pause, break is the triple cluster off here to the right. I set mine to delete page up and page down. You might want to switch that up. That's what I do. It's entirely up to you though. Gum tunes, you did indeed. We're dressing her up, getting her all pretty. We'll be taking her for a spin here shortly. I don't mean to kink shame, but how would you get into this? What's that, Blue? No worries, man. How would you get into keyboards? So I can tell you my story, and for others, it'll be their own different personal journey. For me, I did not get into keyboards until I got a job in coding, and I was going to the office every day and I was typing on a piece of shit membrane keyboard that, you know, didn't feel that great. And I said to myself, you know, I don't think a construction worker is going to their job site every day with a pair of $10 steel toe boots from Payless. So I shouldn't be using a $10 piece of shit keyboard. This is the tool of my trade. So I need to step my game up. And so I had a mechanical keyboard that was decent at home at the time. It was like $100 little gaming mechanical keyboard, right? You know, the typical. And I said I need something like that for the office, and I need something that's a little less crazy on the colors because I can't be taking into the office something that's just that bright. And so I started looking for a keyboard, and I found one on Massdrop. Massdrop is how I got into the hobby, actually. And I was using Massdrop for audiophile equipment at the time. Not that Massdrop is too fantastic for that, but they do a decent enough job. And I said, oh, sweet, they have a mechanical keyboard section as well. So I started looking on that. So that's how I got into the hobby. And to elaborate on that, I am a lifelong hobbyist. So anything that I get into, be it photography or mountain biking or, you know, whatever, I go all in. And so once I started finding more and more information on mechanical keyboards via Reddit, in more instances than anything else. Hey, Gumtoons, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Enjoy your stay, my friend. So yeah, once I found more, you know, designs and got inspiration from places like Reddit, it really kind of opened my eyes up to, you know, the mechanical keyboard scene, if you will. And it's a funny little community. Tight knit, very small. Well, larger than you think, but small. I think there's, how many people subscribe to mechanical keyboards? I think it's like 300,000 plus now, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so we're gonna do a fancy little code button down here. That'll be our Windows UI, if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to do, oh, this is kind of funny. There's a button called hack. Hack will be our little button there. That's kind of funny and cool. We're going to need to find, yep, here we go, we have it. Indeed, we have it. Fear not. Right here is the 1U pipe key that I was looking for. So this Taro set is got us taken care of. Ooh, and we have an escape key. Hold on, fam. I've gotten ahead of myself. We've got to put the fancy little escape key on. Gumtoons, this is a 60%. It's a 60% with a twist, right? You know, so it's a 60% keyboard, but it has a little bit more modularity than a normal 60%. I'll go over here in just a second. Yeah, let's see if I can get a better focus. This is beautiful, if you ask me. My God, does Taro really pop on this case. So we've got a nice dark gray case. I think it looks really good. The silver is behind it. And so, man, this is pretty cool. And so, yeah, real quick, let me go over you guys. So the Alice is complete. Oh, that pipe isn't the right profile, though. Hold on. It's not the right profile. Do I have a pipe key that is? Hold on, give me 2 seconds, guys. Got that there. Got more of this here. Man, I thought I had a pipe key that would have, I thought this would have had one. Do I have to use a crazy European pipe key? We might have to, because I don't see it at the moment. It's interesting that they chose to omit that out of this set. Taro, what are you doing to me? Where's the classic 60% layout? All right, well, that's fine. I might be missing it, or you might have it in another package, but I can't find it. So the 1U, Yeah, I'm sorry, Aaron. The 1U is a little bit off. It's just not the right profile. And so I'm going to go ahead and swap the 1U up here with this crazy key here. There we go. That's the right profile. And so subsequently, I think personally it looks better. You might find different mileage. Your mileage may vary, right? Okay, cool. So, all right, here we go. All right, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you guys real quick the modularity of this 60% as opposed to a typical 60%. So, what you get extra with this, you have, as with most 60%, a function key over here to the right. You have your split backspace. You have your pipe key and your tilde key, dedicated keys for both. And so all of your numros, typically, you know, your alphas are all typical. You have on the Tris, or on the Alice, which is what this is, not the Tris, excuse me. On the Alice, you have the option of a B key on both sides. So if you touch type correctly, your B key goes here. If you touch type incorrectly, like me, the B key goes over here. You have a split spacebar. And so the code key here is my Windows GUI. Then you have Control, Alt, Control, and Alt. Right now, Control is bound to the Windows key, but Control is also bound here. And so Control, if I need to control, you know, Z, Control A, Control X, Control C, right, anything there, that's all done with the caps lock key instead. You can rebind that to whatever though. So blue, I know it sounded like you were kind of getting into keyboards here. That is definitely one thing to note. With all of these custom PCBs and everything, you kind of can do whatever you want to do with the key math. You can very much so make it your own and bind whatever keys you want to whatever function you want. So despite it looking like I'm missing some keys, I've actually got more keys, you know, than you'd think. All right, so I'm going to move my Alice down here. I'm going to park this Alice right here. We're going to plug her in. That's a good sound. And that indicator looks nice. Yeah, we're looking good there. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's right. The Jamon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get a typing test queued up for you guys. Let me go ahead and monitor sound here real quick. Move my microphone over. There we go. All right, I'm turning my volume up a little bit, guys. How does that sound? Hopefully that sounds good. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. That is the response that we are looking for. Oh yeah. Those sweet sultry sounds of the red holy panda. That hit my mic a little bit. All right. So I'll show you guys real quick, actually. Bear with me. I will do a little bit of bootmapper here for you guys and show you what I mean when I say you can do whatever you want to do. Download. Here's our current toggle bootmapper. Nope, nope, it grabbed my tris. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. We're going to bind this to caps lock. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Cut a little bit of the... So there's a keyboard layout down there at the bottom that you can't really see on that window because my window is pulled up a little bit. Sorry about that. But yeah, so caps lock is now bound there. Then we'll do control here. I like to do alt there, Windows key there, which is nice. That's the Windows key. That's set to B and that's set to B. So you can even do another function key on whichever key you do not use for B, which is nice. Alt, control, function is set to there right now. Right shift. All right, now let's look at the function layer. So this should be F1, F2, F3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and again, for the normal layer, I mean, print screen, scroll lock, pause for this top cluster is kind of worthless, if you ask me. So, Aaron, if you're still watching, let me know what you want me to do with this top cluster here. Like I said, I have mine bound to delete, page up, and page down. It's entirely up to you. But for right now, we will take bootmapper off, upload that. So now, we should have that all set up so that when I do this, there we go, F5, perfect. Oh, there we go. That's my man. Delete page up, page down. Let's do it. Keyboard drivers. And then bootmapper and download. And this one, toggle bootmapper. That is now delete. That is page up. And that is page down. Upload. There you go. Done and done. Groovy. Yep. Looking good. Oh yeah.
What do you guys think? I think it sounds pretty darn good. Oh yeah. Ooh. I haven't typed on the Tris or on the Alice of mine since, God, when did I last type on my Alice? It was the last time I was in the office. I haven't typed on my Alice since Tuesday of last week. Hey, Jax, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you stopping by. Have a lovely evening. Oh, yeah. Going to overdrive, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm digging this. I have tried both original round one pandas as well now as this newer variant. And so I will go ahead and fill you guys in. I do not feel much of a difference between this one and round one. And of course, round one went through a large slew of issues in terms of, getting a hold of that. The market for it just blew up. And so, yeah, no, I mean, this is absolutely the way to go if you want holy pandas. They sound really nice. They're a nice tactile bump. Honestly, the Zelio V2s might be more tactile. Yeah, they are. The Zelio V2s are more tactile than the holy pandas. They are. Man, I wouldn't have thought that. Oh, wow. Yeah, that said. You lube the legs? What? That said, that is impressive that they maintained that much tactility, because those are very tactile. Yeah, so a couple final notes, Aaron. You are going to notice the Alice, you'll probably be typing about 10 words per minute slower than on at first. You'll get used to it though. You'll get used to it. Once you do, then you'll be Gucci. Takes about, I'd say, well, depending upon how much you type on it, probably takes about 2-3 days on average, I'd say. And then you'll be good to go. Not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. And then you'll notice when you move back and forth between non-Alice and Alice, it takes a minute to get used to it again. And when I say that, I mean like 3 typing tests or something like that. Man, I had trouble with that word there. Oh yeah, baby, oh yeah. Show me what you got. Man, I just love the sound of this. Yeah, what do you guys think? I think that's looking pretty darn good. Pretty darn good indeed. Really a nice looking set. I like it a lot. It just came out so good looking, that purple. Yeah, well done. Who made Taro? Who put that together? Because I like it. I like it a lot. Kudos to you, P. Wade. 3. Quite a set indeed. Well played. I'm liking that. So who out there in chat, who's into some Division 2 action? Any of you guys out there playing? Let's see here. Man, oh man. Good stuff.
I might try to see if I can get a little bit of that going, maybe this weekend. Oh yes, Seb. No, that's a great way to do it. Unless you have an ultrasonic cleaner, nothing wrong with some warm soapy water and a towel. Apex Legends. I've heard that, and I've watched that streamed once. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I need to check into that. Is it free, or do you have to pay for it? Because if it's free, I might be getting on that. Price of free is hard to argue with. Yeah, it looks really fun. Huh. I watched a guy I used to play TF2 and Overwatch with play it, and he looked really fun. Super free. Nice. Alright guys, I think what we're gonna do in conclusion of this stream, head on over to our dashboard here. Who do we have streaming tonight? We've got, oh, Nathan Kim. Yeah, we'll raid Nathan Kim. All right. Hey, so yeah, before I log off, I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking out the stream tonight. It's, as always, my pleasure to bring this keyboard content to you. If you guys have any questions or inquiries, or perhaps are interested in hiring me to build something for you, please by all means reach out, join my Discord, send me a message. I try to get back to those as quickly as I can, and thank you as always very much for your support here on Twitch. You guys are great. Have a wonderful weekend, and I may or may not be streaming a little bit later on this weekend. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, all that said, have a great night. I will definitely link you that drawer liner in Discord for you, Seb, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later. In the meantime, we are going to raid Nathan Kim here, and I am going to sign on out of here. All right, guys.
Together. This is kind of a toss-up. I don't know which one is smoother. I don't have stock.